Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the Tarot Collective for today. Today is Tuesday. It is April 21st, 2026. I wanted to say 2022nd. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss, we love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're using Deck of the Undead by Hattie Thorne. You can find us at hattiethorne.com. She also has an Etsy shop. I have the hattiethorne.com link in my link tree if you're interested. Just go to my link tree, scroll down. It's down towards the end, towards the bottom. So I started another video, and for some reason it stopped. And yeah, so I'm restarting over. I have 7 cards. Let me tell you what the cards are. We've got Temperance, 10 of Pentacles. We've got the Hermit. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, 6 of Cups. We've got Ace of Wands. And then bottom of the deck, we've got 3 of Pentacles. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. There's a lot of back and forth energy here, okay? Like somebody isn't sure about something. Like somebody, like is something going to work out? Is something not going to work out? It kind of gives the vibe of the last reading I just did. I'm posting it to YouTube, where somebody got into like a collaboration, a partnership, and then they're realizing like I should have just done it on my own. I'm not necessarily getting that, although it does give me kind of that vibe. It's kind of like, if I had done this, would it look like this? If I did that, would it look like that? Somebody's very much back and forth. Somebody's very much like the little hamster on the wheel. Like, let me just keep moving, but I don't know where I'm going. Because listen to this. Each one of these cards has Oracle. Hattie Thorne put Oracle at the bottom. Temperance says she mixes the cure or the cause. 10 of Pentacles says legacy or landfill. The Hermit says he walks alone but is never alone. The Wheel of Fortune says fate spins, but no one wins. 6 of Cups says some memories should stay buried. Ace of Wands, one spark, one chance. And 3 of Pentacles, built to last or to trap. Somebody's very much in their head. There's some type of back and forth energy. And I'm not going to lie, with the 6 of Cups, some memories should stay in the past. 10 of Pentacles, legacy or landfill. It's very much giving me like revisiting something or someone from the past. And is this going to work out? Like, is this good or is this bad? Everybody's going to have their own opinion on that, you know, whether you go back towards a past person or not, whether you go back to an old job or not, whatever the case may be. Take how it resonates. I think it depends. I think it depends. I think for me, myself, like I think I told you guys, I was in retail for almost 20 years. Then I got into warehouse work, medical supply warehouse. And I think I told you guys last year, or maybe even my first year on here, I don't think I could go back to retail. I think it would drive me nuts. I think I think I'm at the point in my life where I could not handle the customers. And don't get me wrong, I've said before, if you've ever worked in retail, and this is just my experience, and again, I was in retail for almost 20 years. I was in management, okay? I saw some crazy shit, had to deal with some crazy shit. But I can honestly say, like, when I look back, I remember all the good customers as opposed to like the bad ones, right? Because really, when you look back and you think about it, the bad ones were few and far between. And when I say bad ones, I don't mean like they're horrible people. It's just, you know, everybody has an off day. Somebody comes into the store, treats me like shit, goes home and is like, well, why did I do that? And they strive to do better the next day. Or at least that's what I gotta hope, right? I don't think I could ever go back to retail. Like for me, that's in the past. I don't see it happening. Like I would have to be desperate for a job to go back to retail. I'm gonna eat some of my espresso beans. My dark chocolate covered espresso beans. um, yeah, like, and I don't know what this is for you. I don't know what this is for anybody else, but it's kind of like with the Ten of Pentacles, legacy or landfill. Like when I left retail, and this is just an example for you guys, but like when I left, I mean, it's what happened to me in my real life, but I'm just saying, when I left retail the way I left it. Like I gave my 2 weeks, I worked my 2 weeks. I got along with my team really well. They took me out to dinner. Overall, it was a good experience. Um, if I go back to retail, am I going to continue to build upon that legacy with this Ten of Pentacles? Or is it going to turn to shit? Like, is my legacy that I left, 7 years ago, is it going to turn to shit? Like, I'm going to work in retail for like a year and people are going to know me as the Dragon Lady. Like, I'm mean as hell. Do I want to be known for that? Or would I rather stay out of retail and be known for what I was 7 years ago, which is a very outgoing, caring manager, somebody that loved most of their customers, right? Their employees, Like, am I going to leave a legacy or am I going to leave a pile of shit? If this is a relationship for somebody, let's say two people split up, they went their separate ways. Let's say there was no malice there's no anger there. They just broke up. They didn't feel like they were right for each other, whatever the case. They broke up. And now this person comes back. And they're like, hey, remember me? Like, we went out for like a year, but we broke up because we didn't really think we were a match. I can't stop thinking about you. Like, let's go out for dinner. Are you going to go out for dinner with this person? Knowing that, sure, I guess you guys could go out to dinner and realize there's some big connection that you missed years ago, but year ago, whatever. Or are you going to go out and realize you guys should have never went out years ago or months ago or whatever it was? What are we creating? What are we leaving? Are we going to make something better? Sorry, I'm obsessed with these. I might go to the chocolate store tomorrow and get some more. It's in Antioch, Illinois. I think it's just called the Chocolate Shop. I can't remember. And they make all their own chocolate. Yeah, it's like if you revisit something, is it going to be great and better than it was? Or is it going to be a piece of shit? Like, is it going to be shit? And it doesn't matter. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be a friendship. It could be getting reacquainted with a family member. It could be getting a pet. You had a pet before, it passed away. You were healing for the last 4 years. Now you get another pet. Is it going to be good? Or are they going to be a holy terror? You know what I mean? This Ace of Wands, one spark, one chance. I'm not going to lie. Whatever it is from the past, I feel like a lot of people are going to try and revisit it. Again, doesn't matter what it is, relationship, job, whatever. Somebody's going to look at it and be like, well, I can only improve upon it, right? Like I left it like that. Sorry, I'm eating, but I'm trying to keep myself awake because I was falling asleep there for a minute. I was outside on the deck getting some fresh air, reading my book, and I was starting to fall asleep. I think more people than not are going to be like, oh, but if I revisit this past person, if I go back to this job, like it can only get better. Like, how could it get worse? How can it get worse? How? Let me tell you. Here's the thing. I can give you advice all day long. But let me tell you something. If this is me and a past person comes back, or I get offered a job in retail that I used to work at, like, hey, come back to us, we'll give you more money. I would have to sit down and think about it. I wouldn't jump at it, but I wouldn't dismiss it either. I'm a thinker. You guys follow, subscribe. You guys know I'm a Gemini. I'm a Virgo rising. I'm an Aries moon. I'm a Leo North Node. I'm very fiery, very passionate, but I'm also I'm a Virgo rising, and I have a lot more Virgo in my chart than Gemini. I'm very thoughtful. Like I'm very like I like to think things through. I like to do like pro and con lists. Not necessarily write them out, but I do them in my head. I like to think about things. I like to stew. I like to dissect. And that Gemini part of me is very curious, and I always want to know, and I always want answers, So, like, I wouldn't dismiss whatever this is, but I wouldn't necessarily jump at it either. Like, I would have to think about it. And I'm telling you right now, think about it. Don't just jump at it and don't just dismiss it. Because, like I said, I think most of you are going to take a chance. But I also think it's going to be like kind of like a 50-50 split. Like some people are going to take that chance and it's going to turn to shit. Some people are going to take that chance and revisit the past and it's going to be fucking amazing. And I would just say what I always say. Use your intuition. Okay? Use that third eye. Sorry, I'm pointing over here. Maybe mine is over here. Use it, your intuition. Use that third eye. Use your discernment. And like I said, don't be afraid to think about it. Don't be afraid to do a pro-con list. You want to write it down? Write it down. Hell, I'm getting old. Maybe I'll start writing it down. I just want people to be cognizant of the fact that, yeah, you can take the chance. Yeah, you could not. When you take the chance, you have to recognize that it might not work out. Nobody should go into anything with like, oh no, it's just going to be, roses and kitties. Maybe it won't be. And it's better to go in with a realistic notion, a not so high expectation to see what happens. And if it works out, fabulous. And if it doesn't work out, back to the drawing board. And I'm just going to say it with this Hermit card. You guys, you're never alone. You're never alone. You have God. You have your angels, your ancestors, your dearly departed loved ones. Sit down and meditate. Have a discussion. If you don't believe, okay, which no shame in that. If you don't believe, fine, great, fabulous. Just because I believe doesn't mean everybody else has to believe. If you don't believe, talk to a friend. Talk to a family member. Say, hey, I got this going on. Should I go back to this? Should I do this? And get an opinion. If this is a past person, should I go back to this person? Should I not? You remember them. You knew me when I went out with them. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think they could have changed? Have I changed? Have a discussion. And again, you use your own discernment, use your intuition. Go with your gut. First instinct is usually the right one. Usually it's the right one. I know people don't like to hear that, but I can't tell you how many times when I was younger, I got like this feeling like, hey, don't do that. Hey, do that. And I didn't, or I did, and like, God's like, what the fuck? I told you not to do that. I told you to do that. Like, I always did it on purpose because I thought I was not like I was, fucking with God or my angels or anything, but I always ignored it because I was always like, oh, I want to see what happens. Like I was tempting it, like I was tempting my own fate, my own destiny. I don't know why all of a sudden I thought my teeth were black. I don't do that anymore. Like when my intuition tells me something, I go with it. I go with it. You have to. You have to. That's how you build that bond, that connection with that feeling, like all right, I think I'm going to leave it there. Short but sweet. I'm going to leave it there. Something about seashells, like, or somebody collects like I don't know how to say it, like animal shells, like turtle shells, snail shells, like anything that would have a shell, like it would live in a shell, right? Somebody might collect those types of shells. I'm gonna leave it there. I don't know where that came from. I hope it resonates for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. Thank you for putting up with me with my espresso beans. I'm going to stop now, I swear. I hope everybody has a lovely evening. Just a reminder, tomorrow is my day off, but I will be home. I might go out and run a few errands in the afternoon. I plan on spending the afternoon in the sun as well. So I will do affirmations. I will do readings. I also got to do cat litter boxes. I got to walk my 8 miles. I got stuff to do tomorrow. So it's going to be like sprinkled probably throughout the day. Okay. So don't be surprised, like if I post in the morning and then I don't post for 2 or 3 hours, and then I post and then I don't post for 4 or 5 hours. It's just the way it's going to be tomorrow. Again, I hope everybody has a good night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.